I arrived to Chicago a couple of hours ago from Sacramento. Long story short, our flight from Sacramento to Chicago is pretty much delayed. So here's the thing. My flight's supposed to take off at 12:33 or 12:34 today. However, they delayed it to 12:56. And then when we got on the plane, we then had to wait for like a maintenance crew to fix on some issues and stuff. And then we finally took off at 1 something. I don't know what time it is, but at that time I was very sleepy, so I just went to sleep. So I didn't start reading the book until I landed in Chicago. Much to that, I missed my flight to my final destination because they start taking off at 7:40 a.m. and my mom and I arrived here at 8 something in the morning. And as a result, we missed our flight. But when we tried to rebook it together, the ticketing agent has 2 options. The first option is me and my mom go on different flight routes to our final destination. Or second, we have to wait until 7 in the evening for the flight to take off to our final destination. So my mom and I couldn't bear to be separated, so we chose the second option, which my mom does not like waiting because to be honest, she does not like flying planes. She gets motion sickness really easily. So I'm spending a couple of hours here now. trying to make most of the time here. But at the meantime, I'm reading a book that is called The Blood of Hercules by bestseller author Jasmine Moss. And it's basically about an orphaned girl named Alexis Hurt, who was basically tortured by her foster parents, and then as soon as she gets into the problem with Sparta and the Olympians and stuff like that, she started unlocking her powers as the story progresses. But I will not give some spoilers to you. I'm just gonna tell you what I've learned earlier. But what I like is the fan art. Let me show you guys. I love the fan art. I believe that's Alexis, and then the snake here is Nyx, the one that first appeared in the first chapter when she was actually abused as a child. Trigger warning, there may be some dark romance and stuff because there's a lot of, school bullying and stuff like that. I will not show you the content warning because I know what's gonna happen in the story as it progresses. But what I like about the book cover is I love the thorns. It feels pretty much like 3D texture like. And as you can see that I got the 50% off when that was on sale. So I got 2 books. I got this book, and then the other one I got the Cool Prince, but I didn't start reading on that, so I'm starting reading on this. And spoiler alert, look how far I've come to this page right now. I'm on between page 128 and 129. So I'm almost reading half of the book, so not really that close. But we're gonna see how long does it take for me to read this book. So I'm gonna read it right now. After hours of reading, I finally completed the book called The Blood of Hercules at 2:46 p.m. About basically 3 hours before we have to look for our gate and stuff. So right now I'm trying to look for a water fountain to drink, but I couldn't even see it. So I'm gonna get a drink of water right now, and I'll show you guys around the bookstore. Right now I'm inside of a bookstore. I'm gonna show you guys around. This is really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I have several couple of books, but the thing is I have too many books in the house that I have not read yet. I just finished reading Blood of Hercules, but then I realized there's a second book that I have to read in order for the story to continue. So I'm gonna have to basically look for it online to buy that book. But anyways, I'm gonna show you guys around. in this section here, these are like the best sellers. Oh, I did notice the one with the Devil Wears Prada. There's now like a second movie coming out, but I'm not really sure. You guys may have heard of the movie The Devil Wears Prada, but there is a novel that inspired the movie as well. So that's only the 16th bestseller, but the number one bestseller is Theo of Golden by Alan Levy. But the books that I really want to read one day were actually Spitfires. And that's because it shows like pioneers of women who flew airplanes during World War II. And I'm not talking about ordinary airplanes, it's fighter jets and stuff. Because back then, women weren't allowed to serve in combat at the time. So their access was quite limited. But oh, speaking of that, Wuthering Heights novel is now a movie now. Didn't expect that because I saw trailers about this, but never would I have thought that I found the novel that inspired the movie and stuff. Oh yeah, these are the best sellers. Now I'm gonna show you what books I want to read one day. So the two books that I really wanted to read one day was actually Daughter of the Worlds, which I have to say that's book one, and that's because this one is a series. Another book I really wanted to read, hold on, let me go around and check, is what was the other one? The other one is, oh, that's a really hard one. There's so many books I really want to read, but it's hard because I'm mostly into fantasy novels, but I didn't expect a romance book because I'm not a really big fan of romance books. There's one time my mom bought me a book called The Orphan Train, and the book was good until there's a part where a married man essayed a 10-year-old girl. Like I was in shock. So I was like, okay, hopefully my mom will not pick that book with that type of context again. So I don't blame my mom, but next time don't choose that book for me, Mom. I'm not a big fan of these things. But another book that I really wanted to read was, my hair is a little messy right now, but the other book I want to read was Hemlock and Sulphur by T. Kingfisher. And I was kind of really fascinated with the graphics and stuff. Also, there was another book that I wanted to read, and that is called, oh my goodness, I don't want to disturb people, so I'm trying to be very careful. Oh my goodness, where is it? I was kind of fascinated about this book, and it's called Sisters in Science. And I'm not going to dig into that because there's this word I do not want to pronounce. I'm sorry, I do not want to pronounce something like that. But if you guys ever learned about what happened like in world history, like all around the world, you probably would know about that. So I'm not really gonna say something like that, something like this. But I'll show you what other book I'm going to read. The other book that I want to read one day. Sorry if I accidentally said that I have to read and stuff, but I haven't got the book. I really wanted to read this book, which is called Throne of Nightmares by Carrie Maniscalco. And again, I love the graphics. Something is familiar. Okay, here's the Game of Thrones novel. Let me show you. You guys, the Game of Thrones novel right here, the one behind the HBO series. I did not expect to appear in this bookstore at Chicago O'Hare Airport. Didn't expect that to happen. But to be quite honest, all of the books all of the these famous TV shows that I've been seeing always comes from like a novel. I'm so sorry. Also, I really wanted to read this book too, and it's called The Auction by Sadie Kincaid. Something like this. Anything that has like really pretty graphics, that's the one that I am going to read. Something intrigues me. In a good way though. Let's see here. Which will be my final book on my list that I want to read? I finally found the final book I really want to read on my wish list, and that is Gate of Kakushima, and it's by Poppy Kuroki, and it's basically an action-packed adventure, and I believe I have to say it's fantasy too. Oh, okay, now I noticed that this book is also a time traveling adventure because well, what it says, it gave me a little sneak peek. She says that main protagonist went back 128 years back in time. Probably that time I wasn't even born yet. But anyway, that's all the books that I really want to read on my wish list, including the ones that I just showed you earlier, including the books that inspired the TV shows and movies. Bye.